And we're back. And we are back. How's it going?
Fantabular.
Fantabular. For those of you who are tuning in, we just ended our fantasy football league. Big shout out to Preppy Mama for winning.
Taking it home.
She is the champion of the hey, so look, when you get the trophy, that doesn't mean you need to eat it. Don't eat the chicken wing off the top.
Is there a trophy?
Yeah, I'm sending a trophy. I said the winner's gonna get a trophy. Yeah. Winner's getting a trophy. She won. She gets the trophy. There's gonna be a chicken wing on it, and you cannot eat it.
It's wrapped in foil. I just gotta take the foil off.
No.
It's like you ever watch Simpsons where Homer got the key to the city?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, so she's our winner. It's funny because we actually had a conversation last week, and she was like, "There's no way I'm gonna win," and I'm just like, "Watch, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen." And were you watching the score? Like her,
it was insane.
It was like neck and neck, all like exactly what you would want in a football game. Like no blowouts, no one-sided. It was like neck and neck, point by point, yard by yard.
By the first quarter, though, they're already saying that the Raiders were moving on, and we were like, "The game's not even over yet. How are you?"
Well, the Raiders. Okay, so Raiders versus Chargers. Raiders were kicking the Chargers' butts. It was like yes, and then at the end, tie game. No. It was literally the NFL's worst nightmare. Everyone was calling it the most bizarre nightmare possible because it would have been like a three-way tie, but because of who beat who and what, where, why, both teams would have gone to the playoffs with a tie. So I'm guessing you actually watched the Raider game?
I started watching it, I think halfway through.
So did you see the ending?
Yeah.
So the Chargers, stupid, were like, timeout. And everyone's like, why are you calling a timeout? Let them run the clock. Dude, you just gave them a favor. Like, let them run the clock. That means they have to get a first down before they could even attempt to make a punt. Instead, they called a timeout. It gave the Raiders a chance, and I'm not complaining because you know what I'm saying. I'm a Raider fan. So it gave them a chance to figure out what they need to do, got the first down, and the most hilarious thing ever. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you didn't notice. You were just watching the game, but anybody who's a Raider fan noticed it. Derek Carr, which is the quarterback, goes over to the referee, and he's just like, they're both looking at the clock. Chargers are out of timeouts. Raiders are in the line of a field goal. He looks at him and it goes 5, 4, 3, and then he goes like this, timeout, and then he smiles at the camera.
Seconds.
Yeah.
It was the last 2 seconds, yeah.
And he smiles at the camera. You see this big old smile like, bye-bye. I was dying when he did that, and I'm just like, don't get cocky.
But I hate that shit where they're like, oh, they're bringing in the kicker who's never missed ever in this stadium.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, don't get cocky. So I'm just like, oh boy. But it was, of course, I my Raiders. I'm like, hell yeah, we made it. And I was watching Preppies and Carl's, and for our
Who said back
fantasy
and
league.
forth?
And I'm just like, dude, I cannot believe how this is coming down to the last, like
Wire.
literally, like I think Preppy won by what, like 2 points?
It was between 2 and 4. I don't know exactly. I can't remember now.
Something like that. I took a screenshot of it. Let me see this. It was 4 points. So Preppy won 246.5 over Carl 242.5. 0.56. Not even a full 4 points. It was unbelievable, the comeback that she made. And yeah, I'm just stoked. So big congrats. Big congrats.
This is streaming news.
Streaming news. I wanted to throw you something. You're probably going to be like, what the hell? And I don't know if you saw my video on it, but I did a video on this recently. There's a brand new Fire Stick that nobody's talking about.
Oh yeah, I seen it. I seen it. Yeah.
Did you see
Well,
the details on it?
well, to me, it makes sense because outside of the states, we don't have a lot of the services that you have. So what's the point of putting those stupid buttons on the remote?
Well, the buttons would definitely be different, but there's several things that are different outside of those buttons. Here's the thing. Okay, so anybody out there probably wondering, like, what the hell am I talking about? The 4K Fire Stick Max is $54.99, no sale. The new one that just came out in January of 2022 is $79.99.
Yeah, but that's because it's not on sale and because it's not meant for the people in the states, and it's got to cover the international shipping.
Bro, that's a $25 difference.
Yeah, but that's the regular price of a Max when it's not on sale, is it not?
No.
Oh, that's the price of the Max here. That's in Canadian. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. In Canada, don't you guys have the 4K Fire Stick Max?
We do, but it's $74.99 in Canadian.
Okay, so in American, when you translate $79.99, that's like what, like 100 Canadians?
Yeah, it was actually just over 100. Yeah, it would be just over 100. But that's what I'm saying. It's got to cover that international shipping though, because there was a lot of places that don't have access to the Amazon devices, right? Like even here in Canada, we didn't have access to the first generation cube. So we would I seen people on the local buy and sells that were selling those cubes for $300.
That
So
is some BS.
it's just a way to actually get it directly from Amazon and not be gouged by a local seller, I guess.
So anybody out there in the UK, actually, you know what? Like this is what I'm going to say. Wherever you're at in the world listening to us, leave us a comment below or leave us a review as you're listening to this, whatever website you're on or whatever app platform you're on. Leave us a comment. Is the 4K Fire TV Stick Max available to you
In your country, yeah.
in your country? Let us know the country and just say yes, it's available, or your country and no, it is not available. I would like to know exactly what the hell, because yeah, for those of you guys that are here on good old YouTube and watching this, I'm not joking. $79.99 if you buy it here in the US. And but see, here's the thing: if you're outside of the United States, you don't have access to this store. Like what this is literally, this is if I buy it, and if I send it to somebody else outside of the United States.
I have I have access to Amazon.com, and majority of the items will ship to me, but some will say will not ship to you. So I guess it all depends on the item and where they're willing to ship it to. So I don't know. I'd have
Now, when you go to Amazon.com, are you using a VPN?
no. No.
That's just straight out.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Amazon.ca
.ca.
or dot whatever it is, like anywhere outside, I get a little notification saying this is not your home and you are now purchasing it from somewhere else. And I have access to it. I definitely have access to purchase outside of my country, but it doesn't I don't know, like I'm pretty sure Mexico Mexico does have the Fire Sticks. Canada has the Fire Sticks. That's the thing to Google. Which countries does not have a Fire Stick?
So here, check this out. It says I'm on Amazon.com. If you can probably barely see that, right? Whatever. I'm on Amazon.com. It says we're showing you items that ship to Canada. To see items that ship to a different country, change your delivery address. So it knows that I'm in Canada, but I'm on Amazon.com. So if I go to the Fire, what did I just do? Fire TV stick 4K Max. And let's zoom out a bit so I can see what I'm doing. Where's the prices? Weird. This is the max here. Yeah, see right here, look. I don't know. Oh, hold on. It zooms me all the way down. So right here on the top right, it says this item cannot be shipped to your selected delivery location. So I guess I would have to find that one that says that it's international or whatever. Where is it?
Why are you scrolling so fast? It's not going to be that easy to find. Go back up and go slower. It's going to literally be called. Okay, go down a little bit.
These are all fake. Fake. Nope. Not to your bundle. Can't get that. It's not even here. I don't even see it.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be different. And it doesn't make sense to switch over to the .com or to outside of your country. Might as well check inside your country first, because you don't look. You're international to .com, and you can't even find the international Fire Stick.
It's probably saying because I need to go to .ca because I have access to them here. So probably got to find someone that doesn't have access to them.
But even then, it still doesn't matter if you're already international. The thing is that you're outside of the states looking for the international, and it's not available. So what that tells me is
they're trying to confuse you Americans. They're trying to do.
It is. It is. What this is telling me is if Canada does not have it, obviously when you go to .com, you can't even find it. And let's just say it's not even available for you. That means I have to buy it and I have to send it.
I don't know. That sounds weird.
It does sound weird.
Because even Fire Sticks or Fire TV products that are bought in the States or bought in Canada, or it doesn't even matter the country. What matters with the actual device is where is the country that you signed up your Amazon account associated with? Because I could buy a Fire Stick from the States and set up a Canadian account to it, and then everything that displays on the Fire Stick will be Canadian. Same way that I can buy a Fire Stick from Canada, sign in with a .com account, and everything that displays will be American. You know what I mean? Like the device itself typically doesn't matter.
I don't know. It does confuse the crap out of me for sure, because I'm just like, what the like? I don't get it.
Why?
Yeah, why? So make sure you guys are, whoever's out there listening to us,
read the description of whatever you're buying.
Read the description. Leave us a comment. Go to Amazon. Go to Amazon. Whatever it is that you have in whereverabouts in the world. If you're in the United States, obviously we already know. So don't say like, "Hey, I'm in Tennessee." But let us know in the comment section if wherever you're at outside of the United States, do you have this? Do you have this available to you? The international version. It's got to say international version. And if it doesn't say international version, do you have the 4K Fire Stick Max? Do you have either available? Right now, I don't know why they got to do this to us Americans, man. We're already jacked up as it is, and first world problems. You know what I
I
mean?
have I have a streaming stick that's making a comeback.
Oh,
You ready?
what is it?
Where's my share screen? What? That's not it. Share. Oh my god! I squished my screen and now my buttons are all weird. Okay, here we go. Share my screen. There we go. Xiaomi TV Stick 4K. You remember the first one? You remember the first one was 1080p, one stick of RAM, and everybody was like, what was it? 1 gig of RAM, and everybody was complaining about it,
Yeah,
right? This one is apparently trying to make a statement. So it's a portable 4K streaming media stick with Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision supported. It's got the Google Assistant that's built in, and it's powered by Android 11. It's got the Google remote there, and it says that it is coming with
360 Bluetooth remote. That looks like it looks similar to the Google remotes, like to the official Google remote. I wonder if this is
yeah.
like the next gen.
Yeah, it does look like the official Google remotes. I was trying to find the specs. I saw it a second ago, but it was saying that it comes with 2 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of onboard storage. Now, I just hope that this is going to be priced appropriately because this should be priced according to the Google Chromecast, the 4K Fire Stick, not the Max, and those devices because this is not Wi-Fi 6 compatible. This is just the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz. But it's interesting to see how it's going to be running because it's running on Google's new UI.
Interesting. Okay, so when is this supposed to come out?
Where do I buy?
DTSD, Dolby, what does it have?
Why doesn't it tell me where I can buy it?
Well, obviously you can't because it's not out yet. You can't buy it.
It's on their
Hold on,
website.
go down a little bit. Dolby Atmos, DTSD. So it's offering both.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm gonna go look into that codex.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
So I don't know if you're aware of, but Walmart on Stick, the 2K, is not a 2K. It doesn't push 2K. It doesn't push 1080p. I think I told you about this. It pushes 720.
Yeah. Everyone loves it though.
Not the stick. They love the box.
They like the box. That's right.
They like the box. So the Walmart on Stick, which is marketed as a 2K stick, the codex pushes. Okay, so let me be very clear as people are listening to this. The codex is the stuff that's inside the device that will translate whatever is coming in
Media
onto your screen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the same thing, like when you're hearing something, if you're able to understand the language or not. It's able to communicate to your TV to make sure you could see it right. Here's the problem. It's got H.263, which is a really, really good high def for 1080, and it should upscale 2K. It should upscale 1080p to 2K. There is one codex that is an H.264. However, this one codex, even though it's supposed to do 4K, it's supposed to downscale to 2K if the device cannot manage it. Now, here's the thing. Every single codex that's on there, the majority is 720 to 1080.
Yeah.
When I plug it into my capture card is going to read it exactly what it is. I have never had a device ever, I hate saying this, but even the shitty devices, the shittiest of the shittiest devices, I've never had one that has ever said 720. and this one said 720. This is a brand new stick that came out in 2021, and it said 720p. So I think you're left with like I don't remember if it was a little bit under 3 gigs of internal memory or a little or a storage or a little bit over 3 gigs. Either way, let's just average it out to 3 gigs of internal storage. What can you do? One app, 2 apps? And then you're tapped out. So the Walmart on stick is a hot piece of crap. Now, this and they do advertise Dolby, but there is no Dolby codecs. There is a DTS HD though, which is DTS and Dolby are 2 different companies. They're separate.
Right.
So with this Xiaomi, did you find anything yet?
Well, it says that it's actually running the older Android TV interface, not the new Google TV, and it says that the original, obviously, the original was overpriced and underpowered. The new 4K version uses the M-Logic S905Y4, which that's like the latest one. Because as far as I was aware, most devices that were using the Y chip was using Y3. So it's 2.0 gigahertz quad core CPU, Mali 31, MP2 GPU, 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of onboard internal storage. It does support Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, which says many similar streaming sticks they lack both, or like they won't have both. It's not yet available to order, so the pricing and release dates are still unknown.
It's interesting. So, okay, so whenever you're listening to this, here's the other thing. Yeah, let us know in the comment section if you guys would be interested in the Xiaomi. Here's the thing with Xiaomi. You cannot find their stuff in the States. Let me go to Amazon. I know they said that they've made some new deals with China and they made some new deals in the Asian countries to start allowing stuff back in. But like Vankyo is completely offline when it comes to Amazon.
I have a different one that you can find in the States. You want to see it?
Hold on, not yet. I'm just looking this up real quick on the Xiaomi. You know what? It's funny. You could find the Xiaomi cell phones. Let's see, Xiaomi. You can find their cell phones. But we don't have. I wonder who powers Xiaomi here in the States. Do you? When it comes to when it comes to Xiaomi, who powers that phone in Canada?
I don't we don't have like a specific retailer that sells Xiaomi.
Yeah. So if you were to buy this phone in Canada, do you just go to AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, whatever Canadian Brothers, Comcast telecommunications thing? I don't know. Whatever companies you have in Canada, can you just take this phone and say, "Hey, activate it"?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, it'll work on any of the bands. Most phones do. I think my brother had one of their phones before. I'm not sure. Yeah, you should be able to just put in a SIM card and activate it. There's no problem. The phones will come with the bands. Why, did you guys actually ban the actual phones from running on your networks?
They banned everything.
That's crazy. That's stupid.
They banned so much stuff. But I don't know. What else you got? You said there's a States one.
Oh, I'm surprised if you don't have this one. Like in your room. Whoop, wrong button. I'll be surprised if you don't have this one in your room. It's the Me Cool KD3. Have they sent you this one?
They did, yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is running Google TV OS, Android 11, TV Stick, Me Cool, KD3, Netflix. This is a throw up of a description, but yeah. Amazon Prime, Netflix 4K. Now it'll be really good if it has all of that. Sometimes it'll have some, but not all of the qualifications or the licensing. So it has 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of storage. And this is going for, why is there no price again? Do you know what the price of this one is?
Uh-uh.
All right, let me see if I can find a price. I'll go over it real quick. It says, why is everyone saying, they immediately start off by saying it's light and portable? This is what the Xiaomi stick said too.
Probably copying whatever Amazon is saying. I think that's what most people do.
This is running the same M Logic chip as the Xiaomi, which is the S905Y4. I'm curious to see if it supports both the Dolbys. Doesn't say anything about Dolby yet, but it says that it does include YouTube, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus, etc. And I almost want to bet that etc. is to let you think that Netflix is included, but we're not exactly sure. Because if Netflix was, they would have put that front and center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
And
is one of the
it's funny
hardest.
because right below it says 4, well, it says 4K Netflix TV dongle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe it because Netflix is one of the hardest licenses to get. I
There,
mean, they're
well,
showing it
look,
right there.
actually, okay, so looking at just this image,
Yeah,
they do have the official Google remote
yeah.
and there is a Netflix button. This tells me they have 4K Netflix.
They better.
Just just because of that alone, because if they don't make X amount of money, then it's Netflix usually says, what can you do for us then?
Yeah,
So if they have the Google remote with that Netflix button on it, that's the agreement.
yeah. So I'm hoping that this is priced along the same price as the 4K Fire Stick and the Google Chromecast or Chromecast TV. I don't even know what exactly it's called because it doesn't have that Wi-Fi 6 again. It is. Where's the audio? See, they're not even talking about any of the audio. There's no audio section where it's talking about Dolby.
Let's see, video H265, which is going to be your 8K, but it says it's going to be the HEVC, which will downscale it. So it's guaranteeing it at 4K and 2K at 60 frames per second, which is okay. That's good. Yeah, H265 could normally play the 8K stuff. It says HEVC, the codec. So obviously we're both going to be looking into this thing to see what the hell they have. But right now, the specs on that thing, what was it, 8x2?
Yeah, 8x2.
8x2 is good. And obviously it depends on how much. It depends if half of it is going to be on the OS, or if it's just going to be on extra crap, on extra bloatware. But half of it, I don't think Android OS takes half. I think Android OS takes at least like
So
2.5 gigs.
here's the big difference between the Xiaomi and the Mi Cool. The Xiaomi has Dolby and better audio. The Mi Cool only has support for HDR10 Plus and HDR10, and there's no support for Dolby Vision. But it's running the new Google TV interface.
Interesting.
So that's going to be interesting. I do have one more device that I wanted to bring up, and then we could probably jump into something else. But
Yeah.
again, I don't have access to this in Canada because this is an American company. But this is the TV Vision Hub Google TV Kit. What a name! So this is by T-Mobile,
Wait,
right?
hold on. You're saying T-Mobile now has a streaming stick?
It looks like a Chromecast dongle. Look, there it is. There. Look, I'll zoom in. right? T Vision. They're branding it T Vision. Is this new?
What the hell?
What is T Vision like a brand that they have had for a while, or is this brand new?
This I've never heard of it.
Well, if you go to tmobile.com/accessories slash tvision hyphen hub hyphen Google hyphen TV hyphen kit, you'll find all the information on this. This is their
Okay,
actual website.
that device, that dongle looking thing. What does that remind you of?
Oh, this looks when you put it like this, it looks like one of those Android boxes that used to come in a circle. That's
Yeah,
exactly what it looks
it's
like.
exactly what it looks like. What's that other dongle? That what is it? Is it the Chromecast that looks no?
Yeah, it was a Chrome. This looks like the old school Chromecast.
Blow up that remote too. So for those of you guys who are wondering,
Whoa, go
no,
away.
it's a little too big. Click the X.
Oh.
X gonna give it to you. Okay, so it looks like there is a power button. Looks like there's a couple power buttons. So one for your TV, one for the your hub here, your streaming dongle. Looks like there's a mic. There is a thing for settings. I have a guide, up, down, left, right, okay, backwards, home, Google Chromecast, volume, up, down, mute, channel, up, down, mute. You get your standard YouTube button. You get your standard Netflix button. So this should tell me instantly that we're going to get 4K Netflix. Usually that's what the agreement is. If they can put a big old Netflix stamp on it, boom. What the hell is that pink button?
That's your T Vision button.
What is T-Vision?
Hold on, I don't know.
In
Oh, you could pay monthly for this thing too, eh?
no, A.
Hey,
No. Why do I want to pay a monthly install? Wait, what the hell? Oh,
$4.17 will get you this device on a monthly plan.
hold on a second.
Hey,
It,
it ships between January 11th, and that's actually the day that we're recording this. You can order it right now.
you could order. Okay, if anybody has ordered this thing now, I'm not calling it crap. I'm not calling it anything just yet.
Well, here's the price. You can pay in full for $50.
Okay, so this is now competing for the 4K Fire Stick Max at that price.
That's not a bad price.
It's a few bucks cheaper, but what are the specs? Scroll down. Come on, you can't give me a little bit. Okay, hold on. So the next gen,
Next.
the next gen. Everybody has to throw that in there.
Go
You're
away.
gonna get. What are you doing? Stop talking to the T-Mobile reps. So it's gonna give you 8,000 apps because I'm gonna download 8,000 apps. It's probably gonna be a bunch of crappy apps. 700,000 TV show movie titles with personalized recommendations. Okay, that's because you're probably linking to Netflix and all that crap. Unlock peak connectivity over Wi-Fi, blah blah blah.
Yeah, well,
USB-C.
this is nice that you can actually hardwire it and don't need a dongle or adapter or whatever. So that is nice. Appreciate that.
Is it a 10 by 100? Is it a 10 by 100 by 1,000? What, like, I want to know. And then that's it. Wait, what are the additional specs?
Well, I wanted to see why they're warning people in California.
Wait, go up just a little bit. Reviews, no, go down. I don't see any. What are the specs? There's no specs on this thing.
There's no additional specs. Zero. It doesn't exist.
This has to be a joke.
No, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Not a joke. Here, let me see if I can get some more information. 1 second.
There's got to be something
All right.
more.
So my information says the device runs Android 11 with a newer Google TV interface. It's running the S905Y4 M Logic, and this dongle has a built-in Ethernet port. It's sold and branded by T-Mobile and is likely meant to be paired with a possible upcoming TV service from T-Mobile.
Everyone's getting into the game of making a service. When is too much too much?
When we are back to the same boat where the cable companies are nickel and diming us, Remember, if you want to watch this channel, you have to pay this much, and you want to watch that, you have to pay. We've talked about this so many times, right? If you are a person that likes to watch a plethora of different kind of content, how many different services do you need to have at this point, right? Because what's
Yep.
happening is originally people owned a lot of different content but didn't have their own streaming services. So companies, let's say like Netflix, could have a bunch of different things on their platform. And now with all these other companies that are coming out with their own streaming services, they're pulling their content from these other platforms and saying, well, if you want to watch it, you got to come here, and you got to come here, and you got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to jump through this hurdle. It's crazy.
Okay, so what are the specs on this thing?
That's all I know is that it has the S905Y4. That's all it tells me.
Doesn't say internal storage, RAM.
Nothing.
Mystery prize. You get a mystery prize.
T-Vision Hub. Let's see if I can find someone else reporting on it.
This is kind of crazy. I know the Fire Stick has been such a dominating, like the Fire Stick has been dominating stuff. So to see this stick come out, T-Mobile streaming stick, they have to have something that's going to be very competitive. The price is very competitive to that 4K Fire Stick Max. And obviously they do have a big platform when it comes to their mobile. They have to deliver something that's going to work extremely well. And you said it's also the Google interface?
Yeah. So I'm just reading really quickly. Somebody who actually bought it on Reddit says that it's not bad for $50. It's unique among the Android TV dongles at the price because it has a built-in Ethernet port and a functional USB-C port, which is very rare to have both. Power adapter is only 5 volt, 1 amp, which means that you can power it with anything. Chipset is supposedly for low power and low, yeah, because it's using the Y4. Speed wise, they say it's okay, not quite as fast as the Chromecast, but works pretty well. The remote is very clicky.
Quickie.
Whatever.
Oh, shit.
I need another coffee. The T-Vision button on the remote is useless and launches the T-Mobile network test app to show you your download speed. So right now, that button is just a speed test.
Wow. Coming soon to a T-Mobile store near you. So if you want to order one, let us know. Leave us a comment, leave us a review in the comment section below. Let us know if you've tried this thing.
Really quick recap. If you're going for one of the three devices that we just talked about, the first one has better audio. The second one has better layout than the first one, but the audio is not as good. And then the last one is branded by T-Mobile. You can pay monthly for it. We don't know much about the specs yet. And apparently you're going to be able to get T-Mobile's Vision application when it comes out. It also comes with Vision. Yeah, Vision. There you go. But it also comes with an Ethernet port and a USB-C. So it's kind of like, why can't we have one device to rule them all?
Pokemon. Okay.
Someone should make a Thanos meme with all the different sticks. Subscriber.
Yeah. You know what? That sounds like an image for this episode.
I'm not making that. I'm not a graphic artist.
That sounds like an image for this episode. Okay. What would be cool about this T-Mobile device is if this thing was also, it had like a built-in network, like a cell phone. If you purchase it, you could either connect it Ethernet wise, or you can connect it Wi-Fi wise, or if you are a T-Mobile subscriber, it has the T-Mobile network built in where you don't need Wi-Fi and you don't need the Ethernet. You could just
That would be cool.
turn it. You could just
But
turn it on, just like a cell phone. That
here,
would be game changer.
I'm just gonna run it over with the bus right now and just say something very obvious. It's nice that it has an Ethernet port and a functioning USB-C port. But
Oh,
the
for sure.
problem that you're gonna have with that USB-C port is it can't power anything because the device itself is powered by 5 volts, 1 amp. And that's going to use all the power just to power the device, and then you're not going to be able to like charge anything or use specific OTG adapters, because some of those require more power, right? So they kind of did that backwards. I would have rather them power the device more and then give me more power through a regular USB port. You know what I mean? Or something along those lines, like even a micro USB port so that you could plug in an adapter there and still be able to power it. But putting a USB-C port on a device that doesn't even pull enough power from the wall to barely power itself doesn't make any sense to me.
I wonder if they have like a lock on it where they're not allowing you to, or maybe they're going to allow it later where they're going to unlock more power on it.
I don't know. Maybe maybe it's an Apple move because Apple's notorious for creating devices that can do quick charge, but will send you a cable and used to send you the wall adapters that wouldn't give you enough power to do it. So maybe if you switched out the adapter that was powering the device, it would accept more power to power the ports on it. Maybe, hypothetically speaking, don't know until we try and then we fry it. Don't
Yeah.
know. But I don't understand sometimes when the engineering team sits around these devices like, we're gonna do this, but not even check to see if it works well together. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
I have
I don't,
one
it's
last
interesting.
article to kind of sum up all three of those devices, and I thought I would just kind of just kick that off real quick. So it says Android TV and Google TV have over 110 million monthly active devices, and it's up 30 million devices alone since May. So they came into the market and they're like, hey, we are a dominant force. And a lot of other companies, it really seems like since they came out with their Chromecast, they've really opened up Android TV for a lot of third-party manufacturers. Prior to, you know, Android TV 10, the only ones that were really authorized to use this was like Nvidia. We didn't see anybody else besides Nvidia rocking Android TV, right? Because even the
Mhm.
Fire TV devices, they're actually using like a mobile version of Android, and it's skinned. It's not even like a TV version of Android.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting to see. I know that there was an article that came out recently talking about how Fire TV devices are actually number one with activated and used devices worldwide, beating out the numbers that Roku was posting. It was one of the very few times that Amazon has ever really publicized their numbers. Did you see that article?
Uh-uh.
No? Let me grab the numbers for you real quick because it was actually really cool. Um, because we've talked about it so many times, but nobody has really had the numbers to compare. So we automatically assumed that who was number one.
Fire Stick.
No, Roku. We always thought Roku was number one with
Oh,
unique
Roku.
devices,
Yeah.
right? So let me grab that. Here it is. Here, I got the article here. So share. And there we go. So this is an article over on AFTV News. Love their stuff. It says Amazon has sold over 150 million Fire TV devices. That's a lot. But I just want to put this into perspective real quick. Google just says they've sold 110 million and they've only been in the game for how long compared to Fire TV? Right? So this says that the Fire TV devices worldwide in total is the first time. So Elias is even saying this is the first time that it's been revealed from Amazon, the numbers, which normally does not reveal any kind of concrete sale figures, and has indicated the amount of Fire TVs that it sold. Amazon does occasionally reveal how many Fire TV active users there are, with most recent figures being 50 million active users and about a year ago. That's what it was stated. So, in the last year, it's gained 100 million new active devices. Roku announced that it reached 56.4 million as of November 2021, which was 2 or 3 months ago, not even. And Google has reached 80 million active across. So, more recent numbers is Google's 110 and Fire TV is 150 million. Roku is probably somewhere closer to like 75 million by now, if I was to guess, if we're looking at Google according to this article being at 80 at the time. So just projecting with those numbers. But this is really interesting to see that Amazon is leading the pack right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I got one here that's probably going to shock you a little bit. And I think it's kind of interesting, but check this out.
I heard about this.
Netflix just dropped the price of its cheapest plan to $2 a month in one huge market. Now, before everybody starts running over to Netflix, everyone's like, what? $2 a month? So this is a huge market, very, very huge market.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because it's not the market that you're probably thinking of, but it's in India. Not
But
in the
probably the
US.
smartest play they can do, though.
They should, yeah. They should just drop it all across the board. United States, Canada, UK, everywhere, because it's expensive. But Netflix price drop coming to India. As reported by TechCrunch, Netflix announced this week that it would be lowering the prices of each subscription tier in India. So Netflix Basic, which only offers one screen at 480p, and I don't know what India's situation is. I know India has a lot of like poverty and they have a lot of slums. There's also some of the richest people in the world that live in India too. So kind of have like two extremes on both sides of the coin there. But some people do have that basic tier, and it's literally going from $6.54 US or 499 rupees, I think it is,
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
199 rupees or $2.61 US, which is nuts. Also, Netflix Standard adds a second screen and 720 content. They're dropping it from $8.52 or 649 rupees to 499 rupees, which is $6.54. So it's 852 to 654. Sorry. I think I confused myself on that one. But of course, for most of us who are just like, dude, we want to watch that 4K premium stuff. We want to watch the good stuff. So people who like to splurge a little bit, they also dropped that price. So it went from $10.48 down to $8.52. They pretty much sliced. Besides the first one, everything went down $2. The first one went down the biggest, $4 almost.
Like, look, you are in a market where you're competing with Disney Plus, Hulu, Prime, um, Paramount. I don't even know all the different names for all the different services, right? And everybody is pulling their content from you, right? This is the situation Netflix is in right now. But the Bollywood market is so freaking big and has so much money in it that it wasn't really being capitalized on, some of the Western places, right? So I knew even when I would talk to a lot of people locally, because in the city, in the GTA, General Toronto area, there is a large population from South America or from the India region, right? And one of the most common questions was, where do I find that content? How do I stream it?
Mhm.
And it's very difficult to find. So if a lot of content is being pulled from Netflix, why fight a bloody battle in North America when you could go over to a place that has, I think, 1.3 billion in population and capitalize on it? I think that's super smart. I mean, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my streaming. It doesn't really affect what I want to watch. But as a business perspective, that makes a lot of sense for Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the I don't know if I think China still has the most population in the world and India is the second. It could be vice versa by now. I don't know. Those two, India and China, both have the world's largest population. It does make sense to drop that price so that way you could reach out to those people, especially the people who can't afford it. It's like, hey, let's reach out to those people who really can't afford it. And obviously they're dropping prices for a reason. But if they can get them in their ecosystem, then awesome.
So it looks like they're both at 1.4 billion. China is a little bit higher, but they're both at 1.4, which is a
Yeah,
ridiculous number.
it is. It's nuts. But yeah, let us know what you think about all these streaming devices. Let us know let us know what you guys think. There's so many out there. For me, I'm kind of thinking like, dude, like there's so much. I don't know the when it comes to overseas, and we're getting some of these devices, some of these off-branded stuff, or devices from China or wherever they're coming from. I think what big company is doing is they're trying to what is it called? Almost like choke them out. It's kind of like it's funny because I was like looking at grass, like I'm looking at like things for the backyard, how to grow grass. I got patchy spots, so what do I do, you know? And one of the things it says is if you have a weed, leave the weed alone, then you have to add more grass seed and let the grass seed just choke out the weed. I'm like, that's possible. That's kind of what they're doing with the streaming market. They're just Fire Stick's like, hey, let's add another one. Now we have Xiaomi coming back with this other one. We have Me Cool. We got T-Mobile, which is a big phone company out here. Like Chromecast, TiVo. We got Walmart stick crap thing that's out there. There's just so many. There's big company corporations coming out with these sticks to compete with the best of the best. And if these other companies, I would say like Buzz TV, Formula, some of these companies with those type of names are like middle tier. They're not a huge company. They have a great device, and these devices are some of the most powerful devices out there, but they're not big brand companies. And all these little ones, the X96, the I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the 10X, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
all these off-brand stuff that are just like that they don't have big names. These are all
Yeah.
the small companies, and I think they're gonna get choked out, and the market's just gonna leave them behind.
It's crazy. It's almost like wow. Uh when we're making purchases with technology these days, it's almost like you have to decide first what ecosystem you want to belong to. They own you. So which one do you want to be in? Do you want to be in the Apple ecosystem with Siri? Do you want to be in the Amazon ecosystem with Juanita? Do you want to be in Google's ecosystem? And I think that's what Google is trying to do right now is, we can't compete device for device, but we can compete ecosystem for ecosystem if we allow other companies to use our ecosystem. Android TV with the Google Assistant. Now it's not Chromecast versus Amazon. Now it's, every device out there that is using the Android ecosystem, including the assistant versus all of Amazon. it levels the playing field a little bit more, right? Because when we look at those numbers, it wasn't Chromecast has sold 110 million devices, right? Let's be
Mhm.
realistic. Chromecast has not sold 110 million devices. It's the amount of devices that have Google TV or Android TV that is using the Google Assistant on their actual device, right? So it is that ecosystem kind of battle that we're going through right now.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting that you're mentioning this whole ecosystem and what's happening right now with everything. Um, there is and I know this conversation could go on. So anybody out there listening to us, you're gonna have to watch the next episode or a coming soon episode. Um, when it comes to ecosystems, but with the crypto world, where and I kind of don't want to call it the crypto world. I kind of want to. It's almost like just the digital world. The digital world has been in this infant stage for such a long time, and we have the metaverse that's coming out. We have digital currencies, like cryptocurrencies coming, crypto gaming, NFTs. You could buy land. There's like so much stuff that's happening, and they're trying to get us into this new ecosystem, kind of like Ready Player One, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I don't know, something about all these sticks, all this stuff that's coming out. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to put us into this platform, this like Apple's had this for a while, and so has Android, and it's just been these two platforms like that have been growing, like their apps and everything. And I think now like little things are starting to branch out, and and it's funny because everyone's so used to looking at what's in front of them, but they can't see the big picture of what's actually happening.
Yeah, because now some of the devices that you're choosing to buy, you don't realize that you're putting yourself into a box of the future devices that you kind of have to buy to work with those devices that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
think that like a majority of the people who have iPhones probably didn't even realize that that phone choice that you've made has influenced a lot of the other smart tech devices that you've purchased throughout your life, like owning a MacBook, let's say, or AirPods, or along those lines. You didn't realize you were in the ecosystem until you were too far gone.
yep. Yeah. So it should be interesting. Stay tuned to another episode. We are going to be talking about ecosystems. We are going to be talking about crypto streaming. Like it would be cool to bundle all this up to see what is out there and what is this big picture that a lot of people don't see. They're just purchasing what is in front of them, but they don't really see stuff that's down the road.
And if you're not looking at the bigger picture, especially with crypto right now, you could fall to the same, I guess, fate. Because if you really like, let's say, Ethereum, then you're going to buy NFTs that are just on Ethereum. But
Mhm.
that's not the only place that you can get NFTs. They have NFTs on Solana. They have NFTs on a bunch of other coins and a bunch of other platforms. But you don't like if you don't pay attention, you'll fall victim to that whole ecosystem,
Mhm.
right? And until we get to a point where the blockchains can play well with one another, which is coming soon, then
Mm.
you're still going to be stuck within one ecosystem. So it's always good to pay attention to what else is going on around you.
For sure. So make sure you guys take care. Take care of each other. Make sure you guys are sharing. We always appreciate when you guys do leave us reviews, thumbs up. When you guys are following us, we always appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys are following us everywhere. And also one last thing too. I do have the Rojas Entertainment website up and running. Um, the Beyond the Streams, there is a tab there for videos, for clips, and for audios. All three things are living in one spot. Of course, if you go in the description of this, wherever you're watching us or listening to us, you should be able to find all of us within all of our platforms. So we're pretty easy to find. So next level, anything you got before we get the hell out of here?
Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming out and listening to this episode of Beyond the Streams. Make sure wherever you're listening to us, you leave us a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. If you're looking to be a part of the conversation, be a part of the community, make sure you come out to the live shows that are usually on Thursdays around 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that way you can interact with us live as we are recording and shooting the episodes. You never know where the conversation is going to go. You never know who we're going to have on here. We have, other content creators to CEOs of companies that you've heard of or seen videos of, or maybe even owned products of theirs. So it's some really cool stuff. Some really good conversations. So make sure that you have your notifications turned on. So wherever we go live or wherever the conversations are dropped, that you can stay up to date. Take care of each other. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.